Welcome to World's Finest, the Southgate Media Group weekly DC Comics review. As always, with me, Phil, and with...
Hey guys, it's Lilith.
Don't sound too enthusiastic.
I was hoping for 3 weeks in a row, but they just couldn't do it.
It's that fifth week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found some good. I found some not so good.
I mean, the stuff that's quote-unquote late's better. I'm just saying.
We'll start with Batman Annual 4. What did you think?
I like that Alfred's getting the spotlight, but at the same time, he seems straight up evil. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to protect Bruce from this life until he's ready to absorb it and get his memories back in an organic way, blah, blah, blah. But, dude, I'm just waiting for when Bruce gets his freaking memories back, and then he's like, bruh, what was that about?
You think it's gonna be? It's gonna be
like Gotham. Okay. Baby Bruce is gonna.
I was gonna say, just like Gotham, you're fired.
He's gonna be sitting at the train station. And then we really didn't need the villains. I like to explore Batmanless Bruce. Do you know what I mean? Him wrestling with his ghost don't necessarily need to have the villains in the mix at the same time.
Yeah, but I just think, I don't know, they were afraid some people were gonna be like, this was boring. We paid $5 for a Batman story with almost no Batman and no villains.
Are people that read Batman really I think that Batman fans are a slight bit different than a lot of other comic book character fans, just because, the mythology is deep. It's built around this whole other thing. So I don't think they really actually have a handle on the demographic that is reading this specific title for Batman. So that's all I'm saying.
And do you think they were trying to illustrate that Batman's not completely dead? He's still buried somewhere inside Bruce.
Yeah, but everything was so on the nose. I'm not stupid and I'm not too. Don't treat me like this. The villain dialogue was so corny and so on the nose. If you missed the point, you must have a concussion. I just couldn't. And then that artwork, don't even okay, everybody's entitled to do their own thing, but I hate this angular, looks like a 5-year-old colored it in because there's splotches, and I'm not here for that. I just want good art and a good tight story, and I just have not been getting it this last 4 months. It's driving me insane.
I think I was more impressed with the issue than you, but yeah, it did have its problems. Do you really think these three villains would team up and work together so easily?
No. Riddler, Clayface, and Mr. Freeze working together? Maybe on the animated series where they could handle it. Definitely not in this book.
No, I'm just the egos and everything. I don't know, that team up just seemed wrong to me. But
Clayface? We're digging back to Clayface? We'll just go ahead and get Killer Croc at this point then.
Well, it just seemed in the New 52 and after, it seems like they're making a big push for Clayface and Killer Croc. But we'll remember, Killer Croc's going to be in the Suicide Squad movie, and there's going to be some version of Clayface in Gotham coming up. So
no, I mean, it was a good story without the villains. It was nice to see Jerry Powers though, right? It was just what?
Yeah, that was a twist.
Julie, I'm okay, Julie, you can kick rocks. But Jerry, you can stick around.
Well, what about that one line that Jerry Powers was saying, she's giving back the house to Bruce basically for nothing, and she's like, my nephew Derek, who's in school in London, is pretty mad about me, not making money off this deal.
Yikes. That was rough.
Yeah, well, they're crowbarring Batman Beyond in, and then in Batman Beyond, they're crowbarring in the that Batman armor.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Do you think they're trying? I mean, I don't think it needs it, but do you think they're trying to boost sales maybe on Batman Beyond by just saying this is the actual future? This book matters because this is what will happen.
I think that that's a double-edged sword, but I definitely do think that that's what they're trying to do, and it might be a little disingenuous because they very much play fast and loose with the rules, as we have come to figure out. Oh, wait, I want to talk about the portrait. This is the thing that ticked me off. I hate that portrait.
Okay.
Alfred, that's the one bad thing about Alfred that I couldn't stand. I was just why would you do this to me? Why? Anyway, how did you feel about it, or are you just like whatever?
Well, like I said, I'm not like saying it was completely perfect, but I think I liked it a little better than you did.
Yeah, it's just the art that really set me on edge.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy it.
And hey, we got minimal new Batman.
Thank goodness. Yes, thank you for pointing out the good, sir. I may have to bump it up a half a point for that.
Oh, then you might be where I'm at because I gave it a 4.
Okay, 3.5.
Yeah, because I really did enjoy the Bruce side of the story. Like I agree with you. Some of the villain stuff was kind of weak, and yeah, what's Alfred doing? I understand, but what Alfred doing? But yeah, I really did enjoy the Bruce part of the story.
Wait, can we talk about how the story arc is called Super Heavy and it's not living up to its name yet? Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, but I enjoyed this issue a little more than the actual monthly book lately.
Yeah, I'll give them that, but that ain't saying much. I hate being so negative, but no, 3.5 is a pretty good rating for a Fifth Wednesday. It's like, okay, let's wrap this up. Let's get to Grayson.
Wow, that was just you're using that Batman annual for punching bag.
I know it's awful.
There was worse.
Oh, I agree, sir. It was the antithesis of Batman, but we'll get there.
All right, but yeah, let's get the Grayson Annual number 2, my pick of the week.
My pick of the week too, but I graded on a curve. So he's like, "Don't you dare!"
No, I want to hear your opinion, but we get the team up of Agent 37, and Casual Friday. So.
Oh my god! Like they're like the odd couple. Like I can't even understand who thought this was a good idea. Like was it for kicks and giggles or what? Like he's his mentor. Like what is he, like 6 months older than him at this point?
Who knows? Well, they do that flashback in the beginning, of when Dick was Robin and he was with Bruce and they were kind of teamed up with Superman, but
it just wasn't believable.
The Superman in the flashback seemed older than the present day Superman.
Is he de-aging? Is that part of the solar flare?
Maturity wise, I don't know.
Just my goodness. But no, I will say that at least the artwork was really great. Lex Luthor was there. So, the art was really good. Out of all the ones this week, this was the best artwork, hands down.
Yes, I did really enjoy the artwork.
I love the layouts, too. The multi-panel spreads were a nice touch.
Yes, I did enjoy that. What did you think of that it was Superman's idea to call Lex Luthor?
I /ship it, so I'm not a good person to really question about things like that. Like, I'm all for stuff like that, even though it feels a little out of character. But, this is like kind of that, like I said, it's that odd couple fish out of water. Hey, let's see what we can drum up kind of thing. Like, Dick's all like little Mr. Grumpy Pants. And I'm just like, oh, every time anybody in the Bat family gets around Superman, they turn into Grumpy Pants. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm going to make it a thing, though.
Yeah, but I understand, like, at the end when Clark says, "Let's go," I'm going to call Lex, and I understand Dick flipping out when he was like, "What? You're going to call the guy that killed me?"
I know, right? And oh my god, the origin of Nightwing's name, really?
Well, they've played with that so many times since he became Nightwing. Got to give it that new 52 twist.
I'd rather take another butt jump than that. Honestly.
Well, what about when he makes that girl go flying off her motorcycle by turning off the hypnos and just like kind of winking at her, like, "Hi there."
What was that? They were really trying to play up the laughs, and I don't know, like maybe save it for when he's with Midnighter. I felt like they were confused. I felt like they wanted Midnighter to be in this issue, but somewhere somebody said, no, it has to be Superman. It has to be Casual Friday Superman. So they're like, okay, we're still going to use the Midnighter stuff.
Yeah, I think the whole point of the jokey thing is they're like, oh, well, he can laugh and have a good time with Clark, not like with Bruce.
Well, we already knew that.
Yeah.
We really don't need that dichotomy. Like, we've literally seen this time and time again. But it was a nice shot at having fun, so I will give them that.
Plus, they're trying to sell more issues of Superman.
I don't think Superman really came out smelling like a rose in this issue.
Yeah, but I think they were hoping. Because, you even had that...
I don't know. Some of it felt unnatural, though. Like, this just felt kind of unorganic. Like, no matter what they tell me, like, this pairing just screams desperation.
Yeah.
Oh, and what was up with the Fisted Cane, by the way? Like, what? Why?
I know.
Am I the only one? Am I being a big bad witch?
No, I get it. I mean, even like at his low power levels now, wasn't Superman just taking down shadow demons like a month ago?
Who even knows what timeline that really is at this point?
Yeah, well, I thought it's Casual Friday. I thought it was the Casual Friday timeline.
Who knows? They'll probably go back on like, wait a minute, that didn't make sense. No, who am I kidding? They don't care if it makes sense or not. Anyway, no, but this was still a good, solid issue. Dick brings out the best in everybody.
Yeah?
He really does.
Well, do you want to tell the people what you gave it?
I gave it a 4, but like I said, I graded it on a curve.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5.
It's just something about these annuals that are just so lackluster lately.
Yeah.
Like this is a chance to do something different and stand out and really have fun. And I don't know, it's like no fun allowed at DC anymore or something.
Well, it's like we were saying like a week or two ago. It's like the annuals don't have they're not as good as they used to be.
They don't have that je ne sais quoi.
It's like they don't have like a theme even like they used to. It's just like, oh, here's an extra bigger issue of the regular series.
Spend more money.
Yeah. It's just like, why DC? Why?
Yes, exactly. Cash grab.
Why these annuals every couple weeks instead of once a year?
Honestly, I think if they just kind of took a break from the annuals, it would give them more. Like stuff's just been so late this year, right? Like I just never remember stuff running this late.
Yeah, and they're gonna break their fifth Wednesday rule now because Green Arrow annual's running late. It's coming out next week.
Yeah, I was like, wait, are there 5 Wednesdays? It could work, and I was like, no, there's not. There's 5 Tuesdays. I don't know, but that one was really good. I already read it because I had to write a review for it, but it's really good. It's a Halloween thing.
Did they? If it's gonna be late, because were they planning on this week? Because if it's gonna be late, why don't they just put it out like the Wednesday before Halloween, like 2 or 3 days before Halloween?
Yeah, because they were planning on putting it out, and for whatever reason, they just didn't. I don't know. Maybe the shipments got stalled, and they said, "Hey, everybody, hold on to your horses here."
No.
Anyway, I guess we should talk about my disappointment of the week.
Oh, Justice League 44.
They're trying to frame this story around Wonder Woman's point of view, and it's been really lacking. Because I don't feel like anybody has a handle on her anymore.
Well, they're kind of trying to paint her as the leader of the league with Batman and Superman out of the picture, and it's like she's not coming across as a leader right here.
I know, it's because she's the goddess of war now, and it's just like that has kind of shaded all of her decision making, and it's just not the Wonder Woman I like and love. So I don't know. So them trying to force her into the middle and have her with this narration and this big sense of bravado, and it's just like, ugh. I just want my old Wonder Woman back, and I'm just tired of Darkseid and the Anti-Monitor. Like, when is it gonna end? Those two have the worst negative connotation for me ever because of freaking Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm just tired of dealing with it. I'm tired of every freaking villain trying to be played into this anti-hero and sympathy. I just want to hate somebody.
And what about the Anti-Monitor's secret?
Boo.
The anti-life equation.
How did you feel about his secret? I mean, we've been here, done that. So, I'm just over it. This could have been fun. This could have been different. But I it's just fun. This is falling apart for me personally.
I think it's just these are the new 52 version of characters, and there's no depth to the new 52 characters.
Yes, you just hit the nail on the head, sir. It's a shame.
Pre-New 52, this story could have been awesome, but
it's too much action too. I know it's a team-up book, and there's supposed to be some punch-em-up / shoot-em-up kind of things, big, grand, sweeping, scope and scale and everything. But honestly, I can't connect to these characters because that's all we've been doing. Yeah. So why should I care? Why should I continue to pick this book up if I have no connection to any of these characters? And there's another Justice League title that I actually like better. Just saying. Well, there's actually 2. Justice League 3001 and the other Justice League.
But even like in the beginning, that whole scene with Green Lantern and Batman, yeah, we know Batman's supposed to be a douche, and yeah, the chair's making him be even more so. But I'm like, what's next? Is he gonna just like look at Hal Jordan and be like, come on, bro, hit me? And then just coincidentally, the whole Justice League is gonna be turned into versions of the New Gods or something because, I mean, Batman's in the chair, Superman's all negative image now.
You know what it is that really ticked me off? Justice League. These are supposed to be our favorite freaking heroes, and they're pretty much helpless in this fight between Darkseid and Anti-Monitor. Like, why? Do you not know the definition of a hero?
Yeah, they're just like along for the ride. It seems like.
I mean, if you wanted this, you should have just made a Darkseid and Anti-Monitor freaking book. Leave the Justice League out of it.
And Superman couldn't shake off the alien influence. He's beating on Lex. If anyone could shake it off, it's Superman.
That's the point of Superman, literally. The bright, shining hope beacon that overcomes all, and they just lost it. It's just tough to read.
He has to be grim and gritty like everyone else.
That's a really big mistake, and I hope they realize it sooner rather than later. Oh, but the artwork was nice.
Yeah, the artwork is very, very good.
It was like old school movie poster style almost.
Yeah, the art is dead on every month. It's just the story.
Well, no, I've noticed some lackluster inking and shading and stuff, but only because that's kind of my thing.
Yeah, but I mean, the art's never my big problem with this book.
So yeah, our heroes are getting lost in translation, and I mean, literally, what's the point of them being helpless? Like, literally, they should have just made a Darkseid and Anti-Monitor book. I think they were like, well, why would people care about that? So anyway,
well, I had to agree with you and give it a 3.
Okay, yeah. Average, meandering, just to sell a book, a tier. But I do want to hear from somebody who's actually enjoying this story arc and why they enjoy it. So I hope maybe we get an email sometime soon.
Yeah.
Hints.
Tell us.
Neon light hints.
Tell us why you like this book. I know for me the big thing is the art, but people send us emails. To beat them over the head.
I was gonna say, let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to read some email.
Oh yeah. So yeah, what was supposedly this was a twist in the story, but I saw the quote unquote twist coming a mile away.
What twist? The anti-life equation?
Yeah, was that supposed to be like the Deadshot thing? Was I not supposed to guess that or
I don't know. Well, how could you guess the Anti-Monitor would have the anti-life equation?
Especially since we just went through Convergence and their obsession with the whole thing of Crisis on Infinite Earths and how to fix it and whatnot. And that's the whole point of Convergence that led to this whole thing. So it's just really...
Everything still matters, even though it was wiped from the universe.
You ain't gotta hold my hand. I keep trying to tell these writers, man, you don't have to hold my hand. Anyway, let's move on to something else. But first, I was wondering if you read that interview that Newsrama did with Jean Luen Yang, where he talks about, the Hoarder root and how, he kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Did you read that interview?
No, I didn't read the interview because I thought I saw an interview, but I don't remember him talking about that.
Yeah. But the best thing about this is we're through the thick of it, and all the other titles from here on out supposedly are supposed to be set in quote-unquote the present days. There's no more flashbacks and stuff to tell. Mm-hmm. And it's all leading to something else really big. And Hoarder root is... He's the son of someone that has a villain that has long ties to freaking Superman, and I'm just like, whatever. It's the worst name ever, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So does that mean we're gonna go to Superman 44? My disappointment of the week.
I mean, I don't even have any hopes for this issue anymore. If I did, this would be my disappointment of the week.
Tell me who this is, because this isn't Superman.
You know what? It's Bizarro doing his best freaking Superman. We're gonna see him wash off the makeup. That's why his DNA was quote unquote changed and he can't get into the fortress. I am fan waiting always till sundown, dude. Like, I just can't figure out what I'm supposed to be getting out of Superman.
I mean, just explain this to me. I mean,
Royal Flush Gang? We're digging in the bottom of the barrel of the Batman Rogues Gallery? That's what you're telling me?
Perry White slapping Clark.
I could see that, though.
Yeah, I guess, but my big thing is, what was with that video at the end? Since when does Superman say, "You hurt my friends, I'm going to hurt you"? You know, I'm going to hurt you 1,000 times more.
He's been hanging out with Jimmy too long, I think.
I guess because the Superman I know, you know, it wouldn't be threats. It would just be, you know, well, you're going to come after my friends. Well, guess what? My friends are the Justice League and the most powerful people on Earth. Instead, it's like, yeah, come at me. I will hurt you.
But didn't we already see the capture of the Daily Planet in Superman and Wonder Woman? Like, I feel like, yeah, I did, actually. And then, but the only thing that I really liked was Lex Luthor, but man, they literally could not get the artwork together. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, this artwork was brutal.
And Lois, Superman isn't supposed to be an eye for an eye. Maybe not before.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's getting biblical now, which goes with the freaking Jesus imagery that we always have to put on all our heroes. Oh God!
But I mean, now that he's like almost so powered down, isn't this when we should see more of his character and not, completely change it?
You would think. It's just frustratingly hard. Like, it's just frustrating to keep reading this and like you see the potential, you see the promise, and at every turn they just stab me in my heart and then they stab me in the back. They get me coming, they get me going. Ugh.
And can you explain to me how he, every attack he's bleeding or he's hurt, but he still needs a piece of crystal to cut his hair?
You're gonna have to take it up with freaking Jean.
I guess it's
erratic is the only way that I can really. This Truth storyline did not pan out. I'm sorry, it just didn't. It should have showed his humanity. It should have had him getting in touch with Lois. Like, this should have been like the catalyst for so much, and yet it's just basically a launch for a new supervillain. Like, basically that's all this was about.
Mm-hmm.
This was basically the origin story of Hoot or Root, and that's what the new something big's coming and how he ties into it. He's working with all these other villains. Oh, I'm over the new 52 villains, dude. I'm over them.
I'm over the new 52.
Yeah, I'm sad to see Superman in this sad state. It's just so hard.
Superman 44, or as I call it, don't call me Clarky.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, they literally did that in the panel. Like, oh my God, who would even say that? This is not 1935.
They beat that joke into the ground.
What would you give this issue?
Well, once again, I had to agree with you and go with a 3.
That was a generous 3, by the way. I really wanted to give it a 2.5. But Lex Luthor kind of made it worth my while.
He was like in one panel, wasn't he?
It made me smile, which is what I can't say anything else for the rest of that story. So it's promise. Yeah. I miss that old antagonistic relationship between them. Like, if I can't have Lois, can I please have Lex? Can they please just fall in love/hate and just pin each other up against the wall? Like, is that too much to ask? Oh wait, that's right. Superman can never be gay. I forgot that's one of the mandates.
Be gay. He can never have. The way DC's editorial was now, none of their heroes can have love, period. It doesn't matter who it's with.
Very true, but I just remember that mandate. It's kind of like Spider-Man. He can't be. I was like, well, you guys kind of went back on the whole white thing. So maybe. Anyway, yeah, Superman's a mess right now, and I literally don't know who they can get to fix this mess. Who'd you want to come in and fix this mess? I don't think Jeff Johns could fix this mess.
Might be interesting to see him try, but I don't know. Could
I
Dan
say
Jurgens
Kevin
do it?
Smith. I say Kevin Smith.
Oh no,
He
Casual
fixed it.
Fridays.
He put it back the way it was. Is all that I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe, but I just have visions of Casual Friday Superman. Every
Smoking
page
weed,
sexual innuendos, sexual innuendo.
smoking weed. Jay and Silent Bob show up.
Why do you think they call me the Man of Steel, Lois?
Oh, you're right. Very true. No, but actually, he has more respect for actually established characters that aren't his own, though. I mean, I always thought he
Yeah.
did a really great job with the Green Arrow when he was basically at his lowest. So, like, that's
Oh
always
yeah.
he's always earned kudo points with me for that.
Oh yeah. Well, the story was I did like his Green Arrow, but I mean he just earned points with you for bringing back Oliver Queen, so we wouldn't have gone hawk as much
It's
anymore.
not just that; it's a beautiful story, and Phil Hester's
It
art,
is.
man, it was amazing. And I couldn't picture anybody else really handling it with a grace and care that he did. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was a good story.
Anyway, man, one of these days we should review that.
Okay.
Anyway, so anything else you want to? Oh yeah, you got Green Lantern.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
For a $5 book, it was kind of pointless. It was basically most of it was flashbacks with like some present day filled in, but it was like in the beginning like the flashback was showing how encountering the Green Lantern Corps right before they got banished, and like in the first flashback, it's just him like basically beating on them, then getting away and saying, "You want to chase after me? You're gonna die. You're gonna get killed. Ha ha ha! I'll kill you all." And then like later in the issue, they show that like no, that's just the legend that's going around that he was beating on the Green Lantern Corps. Basically, all he did was do what he did as little as he could just to get away from them. So. Like I said, kind of worthless. But at the end they showed that I guess there's some kind of some other I don't know who they are. Some kind of I guess they're trying to set up themselves as a new like law enforcement thing to take the Green Lantern's place.
Oh.
And I guess yeah, because I guess they're gonna hunt Hal Jordan because one of the guys asked his commander, he's like, well, why don't we chase down those Omega men? They look tough and
Well,
I
did
guess
you hear that? Did we talk about them actually not being canceled? That they're going to get at least 12 more issues? Like, their fans were hardcore about it.
yeah, I don't think we talked about it, but yeah, I did see that. What was it, last week or something? Yeah, they said they're getting at least 12.
Yeah, it's a great book, and apparently a lot of people agree with me. It's such a throwback feel, man. It's just so great.
So if the fan outcry is that much, it's like it should be doing better numbers than some of their stuff, shouldn't it?
Yeah, see, this is the thing about DC and its numbers, especially because Diamond is the only thing we really kind of publicly have to go by. And something just has been really off about these Diamond numbers. And it's just something not sitting really well with me. I don't know what it is, but like it's just something doesn't feel right because I mean,
Well, does that count digital issues also when they're counting those numbers? Does everything
I
get
don't
thrown
think
in?
Diamond. That's what I mean. I don't think Diamond actually counts that. I think it only has to do with like how many shipped or whatever. Some weird
Okay.
thing about that. Like I just wish we had a better handle on the numbers other than just shipping because there's so much more to it than that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if you add in digital numbers, I could see Marvel like beating DC because every Marvel book comes with a digital code.
Yeah, but then some people don't even redeem it though.
Yeah,
I know.
but if I'm paying if I'm paying that extra buck, I'm redeeming that code.
I don't know. That's the one thing I think I've noticed most about Marvel fans is that they like to go pick up the books, and a lot of DC fans like to just kind of chill and like download it to our tablets and whatnot.
Well, that might explain the diamond numbers.
Yeah, I think that's what it is at the end of the day, honestly. So I don't know. Something's fishy going on here. I mean, they didn't even crack the top 10 the last 2 months, so it was just like it's really hard for me to believe.
Well, yeah. I sent you that thing too. I think it was on Twitter or something.
Yeah, Grayson.
Yeah, yeah. It was like the first 9 issues of Grayson were like like in the top 10 or something, or top whatever on Comixology. It was like no other DC book. I don't know. Was it? I don't think there was even any other DC books. It was like a bunch of Marvel, and then it was like Grayson.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy for Omega Men because that's a really good book, and hopefully it'll stick around a little bit longer. Oh, here's the news that I was thinking of. Did you hear that Justice League 3000 is going to be an all-female team by January?
No.
I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel really great about it, honestly. It might feel a little disingenuous, but I think it's time. I think they really should give it a shot. Too bad there's a man writing it. No offense. I just would really like to see more females writing at DC. Like, Gail Simone can't have this on her shoulders all the damn time.
Mm-hmm. But how are they going to do that? Because don't they have a league already set up, and aren't some of them?
They're phasing them out. Like, by the end of by January, they'll all be phased out, and then the whole female roster will be set. This is like a big event about to happen in Justice League 3001. So if you're not reading it, please start picking it up if you are trying to be all about an all-female Justice League and see how that dynamic works. I mean, it can't be worse than what they're doing with Harley Quinn, so. Supergirl's front and center, by the way, so.
As she should be. That show's coming out.
I don't think that should automatically guarantee her that, but I mean, she is House of L, so I think that they owe it to try to explore her dynamic as a leader, because I've never really seen her as a leader. She's always kind of been this lost little puppy dog, and I'm really ready for that character to mature after all this time.
I mean, that shouldn't guarantee her front and center, but she should have a presence, somewhat, monthly presence somewhere.
They said that they are working on tie-in material, as well as maybe possibly giving her own book, but maybe like bi-monthly or something like that. But I don't know that I want to tie into the Supergirl show. I'm not saying that I didn't like the pilot and whatnot, but at a time when not even Flash or Arrow are doing the tie-in comic books, and they were kind of feeding off each other. 1 week it's this, and like she has nothing to kind of grab onto with that. Like, it always helps to have like a reason, and I don't think just because it's it's Supergirl in the TV show, like I'm gonna pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So is that confirmed too? That there's not going to be any Flash or Arrow tie-ins this?
Yeah, the summer's over,
season.
dude. It's just no more. I thought that the Flash did really good, but I heard that the Arrow season 2.5 didn't do so hot, and I kind of understand why. But they have their focus so split that I don't think that they could spare. I mean, they have Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, DC Legends of Tomorrow, and then Greg's got Mysteries of Laura, and he's got the Booster Gold Blue Beetle movie that he's trying to really push for. So he's a busy man,
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, you can get out of here.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if I created Green Lantern.
Oh yeah,
2.5.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. Told you, it's kind of pointless.
He's like, I want my money back. I'm putting this on eBay.
Almost. Hopefully, the regular issue's out next week, and it's finally Hal's confronting Black Hand. So hopefully, it's a little better.
Really? I may have to just look that up. I mean, Black Hand. Goodness, I don't remember that name for a long time.
Yeah. So, all right. So get a hold of us. We're on Facebook, World's Finest Podcast. You can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp.
Oh, is that me? Oh, well, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, as you know, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. I'm going to start actually live tweeting Gotham as not to annoy my normal followers from @Channel52Pod. So if you want to live tweet Gotham with me and Phil, you know where you can find us. Also,
That's right.
I'm on Tumblr. It's Lilith Hellfire. .tumblr.com, and please be sure to check out my blog, littlepopculturevulture.blogspot.com. And if you're looking for an all-encompassing news kind of program for all things channel DC comic books related, please be sure to check out Channel 52 Podcast, available on iTunes, SoundCloud, all the podcatcher services, really.
All right, and you can live tweet Gotham with me at Before the Bat Pod. Having so much fun, I'm not giving that up. But all right, come back next week. It's the beginning of a month again, so we'll see how that goes. And remember, who is this Justice League, and why should we care? Good night.